right, everybody, it's T minus 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 in liftoff, and Buckaroo Banzai and Flipper Flicks are flying at the rock. Oh my god, they're about to go through a mountain. Why are they going to crash into the mountain? I'm Adam. Then I'm going to pass it on.
Getting out there real quick.
Yeah, 500 over 500 miles per hour.
Like
quick.
a hot potato.
Yeah.
Take it.
Something like that. I'm Sam, and we are Flipper Flicks, as Adam told you. We have social media. It's at Flipper Flicks. We're on Instagram, Twitter. Why are you laughing at me?
I'm not laughing at you.
Laughing at me, judging me, side-eyeing me. And we release episodes every Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch us on Spotify, Apple, Google, I don't know, some other platforms too. And
Castbox.
yeah, I think that still exists.
It is.
It's kind of hard to keep up because some of these platforms are so small, and then all of a sudden they're gone, and you're like, oh shit, they're gone.
Breaker's still around, right?
I have no idea. I don't think
know.
so. Anyway,
Tim, you still got to record that episode.
what episode?
Where Tim just reads off all of the podcast platforms.
We were
Oh,
all supposed to
God,
do it
yeah.
together, but
There's a lot of things. I was thinking about that the other day. We got a lot of YouTube videos to make.
Yeah.
Should probably commit to that at some point.
one of these days we will. Somebody's going to have to go back and listen to all of them first to figure out which ones we're actually going to do.
True.
Anyway,
I elect Sam.
what?
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 Tim,
What?
do you also elect Sam to do that?
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, to go back and figure out. Yep.
It
Yep.
definitely sounded like you said, I lick Sam. Like lick.
I elect.
I was like, whoa.
Too much information.
Yeah. Anyway, fuck.
Do not put your foot on
You
me.
distracted me. Let's see.
Just-
We release episodes. Oh, you can go to the website and recommend movies for us. We would appreciate that. Like this episode, we are starting to actually work our way through the list. Shocking. After however many episodes. So we're going to need some more, and we're on the prowl for
Yeah.
them. So drop them on the website, www.flipperflix.com. DM us on Instagram or Twitter, mention us, or you could hit up our Gmail, flipperflix@gmail.com. Give us some recs that way.
Oh, you're going to actually tell them the email.
Yeah.
I like to make them look for it.
We only made it a mystery like that one time for now.
Like last week.
If you actually want recommendations, you have to tell it to them. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm out.
You out. And I'm in. Tag team. Hey-o.
Hot potato.
Hot potato. Hot potato. Yeah, so we got recommendations this week. And I didn't know who Gordon was, but now I know who Gordon is.
Perfect.
He's
so,
got it.
And Gordon recommended for us an oldie, 1984, Adventures of Buckaroo Banzai Across the Eighth Dimension.
I'm
Oh,
so
why is there
glad he said
apostrophe?
the whole thing. I just want to pause
Yeah.
right there. I'm
Well,
really
yeah.
glad. Because like I just call it Buckaroo Banzai around the house.
Well,
Mhm.
on Tubi, I think it's just listed as Buckaroo
No,
Banzai.
it's the Adventures of Buckaroo Banzai.
Okay, well, it's still
Yeah,
not the full
there's two
title.
versions on Amazon as that. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, there's one that just says Adventures of Buckaroo Banzai, but they're the same movie. So I was like, oh shit. But
All
this
right,
one,
anyway,
the title,
synopsis.
yeah. Well, the title, I'm reading it now, is it's Adventures of Buckaroo Banzai Eighth Dimension, but then there's an apostrophe and then the.
What?
So it's supposed to have the in the beginning, but why is the apostrophe? I don't know why it
I
showed up that
don't
way.
know.
It's a full screen monitor. I don't understand why. I guess.
Are you on
The.
Amazon?
Yeah.
Oh, they sometimes put the at the end.
On Amazon specifically?
I don't know. I'm just saying sometimes when people
Who is
chronologically order.
they?
Fucking Jeff Bezos. I
Oh,
look
that's
for
true.
any option to say fucking Jeff Bezos.
Him and his dick rocket.
Oh shit.
Well,
Well, I can get to the synopsis. So this movie is what, an hour and 42 minutes, 1984.
It's on a lot of free platforms right now.
Sure.
Tubi, YouTube, Pluto.
But you're
Amazon.
gonna love this anyway. Rockstar adventurer Buckaroo Banzai and his group, the Hong Kong Cavaliers, must stop evil creatures from the 8th dimension who are trying to conquer our dimension. What is our dimension?
the third dimension.
I didn't know there were 8 dimensions. Can we
yeah,
start
yeah. What is
there?
our dimension?
We are in the third dimension.
I thought
Are
there
you
were only
sure?
4.
There's 4 known dimensions.
Oh. And aliens are an 8? I feel like they
no,
would be before that.
The 8th dimension is a jail.
Oh.
It's a prison. Anyways, we'll get into
Where are you
it.
getting your dimensions from? I don't know of these 4 dimensions.
Anyways.
2 dimension? 3 dimension? Wait, what's 1D?
It's a point.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Where are you getting your stuff from? I need to read about this now.
All that theoretical math degree.
Where
Yeah.
are your
kicking in.
dimensions from? Oh, is it all math stuff? Never mind. I don't want to read about
Yeah,
this
it's math and
anymore.
physics.
You want to mail him your
Okay.
topology book?
I got, yeah.
All right, now we're going to turn this into a lesson about... Oh, the lesson about...
Ooh, Callback.
Ooh.
about dimensions. Adam, go. We're here for an hour.
Topology, second
Do it.
edition by James R. Munkris.
There we go.
That's
Part
just the
1,
title of the
General
book.
Topology. Set theory and logic. We adopt, as most mathematicians do, the naive point of... Fuck this shit.
I really
I was into
enjoy
it.
that you still have that book within arm's reach. And
All right,
it's
you
in
know
good
what?
condition.
YouTube video.
I see. They,
Reads the
see
book.
okay, so that's where we get
Yes.
into some copyright
Basically an
issues.
Audible.
Oh, true.
I have to get the dude ski to accept that I'm an idiot and an illiterate, and I'm going to read his book.
Wait, can you? But you
I
didn't.
think this would be okay.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
It'll
I'll
get
email him
approved.
real quick. Through
Uh,
the first dimension or something.
Yeah. Wait. Can you please give us a quick synopsis of either topology or your dimensions?
Okay, so one dimension, you
Mhm.
exist on the x-axis.
That's why it's
Sure.
a point.
That is why it's a point. So, like, you can only actually see a single point. There's no dimension. If you existed in the 2 dimensions, you would only see a line.
Mm.
So,
Oh, okay.
so you have the x and the y-axis officially, right? So
Mhm.
once you get into the 3rd dimension, you add the z-axis, you get, some girth.
Some girth.
Some depth is typically what people say, but
No,
girth
no,
was
no.
funnier.
Girth is what the mathematicians say.
Totally. And then once you get to the 4th dimension, that's where I get fuzzy and I don't remember, but it's time.
Is that where you started drinking?
No. It's where I start. That's
It should have been.
it got a little too theoretical for me. Now, topology is the easiest way to explain it is, you know how like in every single movie they explain wormholes
Yes.
by taking a piece of paper and sticking a pencil through it?
Yeah, they penciled
That's like
through it.
topology sort of stuff. But instead, a lot of times the way people explain it is they take a strip of paper, they flip one side and connect it.
Mm.
That is what I learned in topology. Thank you for coming to my Flipperflix talk. We're rebranding TED Talks to Flipperflix Talks. It's a little bit more of a mouthful, but
It's worth it. We learn you something.
not often.
We can regurgitate.
I can regurgitate a few things. We might need your brother to like fact check me.
Actually explain dimensions and physics.
Well,
and
I did
shit.
explain the dimensions properly.
You did. You did.
I know they're there.
They exist.
They're laws of things.
Yes.
Bravo.
All right. So, what were your expectations, Tim?
Yeah, okay. So 1984. I don't think I've ever heard of this movie.
Understandable.
Definitely had not seen it. So I was like, sweet, we got an oldie that before I was born. It's gonna be something that I don't know how to describe. I was just pumped because I was ready for an old gem, right? Like an old hidden gem.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
With a name like
Exactly.
Buckaroo Banzai.
Buckaroo Banzai.
That's what I call people that are bad drivers, which is weird.
Yeah. And then I read the synopsis,
Which I was holding.
and
trying
I
to
was a
contain my
little confused.
just a little.
But I was down to clown, so
How about you, Sam?
So I've seen this movie twice.
Okay.
One time, I don't know. I want to say it was last year, right?
2 years ago. We were still in Tampa, so 2 or 3 years ago.
Okay, so it was a couple of years ago, and then I think when it first went to Tubi, we put it on like
Fell asleep.
New Year's Eve. Like I remember that, and so I was like, this movie has always existed in like this weird space of like
Dimension.
yes,
In the 8th dimension.
I'm like, what is this movie? A fever dream? Does it really exist? Does it have a plot? Like, that's the space that it's in, or it was in before this episode. And I was really excited to see, like, does it still feel like that? Is it still confusing? Was it really a fever dream? What was going on in this movie? So I was down to watch it again because I remember it being, like, just so confusing, and then I remembered the like main score slaps, so I was like, I'm here for this movie again. I forgot that it was on the recommendations and I was pumped. Adam?
All right, so I'm actually gonna hop back to my original expectation
Back in the day?
from my back in the day,
Okay.
because like Sam said, we've watched it. So we were watching Ready Player One, the movie, not because he doesn't do this in the book, but Parsifal, when he goes to the club scene, he wears Buckaroo Banzai outfit. Now, you might be wondering, I don't remember that outfit being in the movie because it's only on the front cover. It's not in the movie. That being said, I went to my friend Gordon, and Gordon's like, this movie's amazing. I love this movie. I grew up with this movie. I was like, all right. And then he's like, and then he sent me a whole bunch of like 2 or 3 videos about like Kevin Smith, like going on about how much he grew up loving Buckaroo Banzai. It was the best thing ever. Like, it was supposed to go to theaters in like 1982 and something. And like Kevin Smith goes on like a legitimate, like a 30-minute discussion on Buckaroo Banzai.
Nice.
So that exists out there in the YouTubes.
In the 8th dimension.
It's still in our dimension.
Just to be clear.
Just to be clear.
Did you guys hear that sass?
Sassafras.
Anyway.
Anyways, so I was like, okay, this has to be good. And then I remember watching it and being like, the fuck did I just watch? Similar to what Sam said. And then this time I was like, all right, I'm gonna sit down, I'm gonna focus.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna quote Sam's favorite line from Onward. She says it all the time, Tim. Say it, Sam.
Focus.
She's getting stage fright. She's getting so much stage fright right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
you're pumped to watch it again.
I was
sounds like.
excited, yeah. I was like, oh shit, Tim picked Buckaroo Banzai. Like, you picked that pretty quick. And then I was like, it's like 2.5 hours long, right? Nope. Hour 43 or something.
It's a little shorty McGordy.
But with ads. Anyways, so spoilers if you've not seen the 1984 film. Spoilers.
There's a good chance, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, it's definitely a cult classic. There is a cult following.
I can see that.
I'm going to hop right into the movie. So the beginning, Buckaroo
Hurts my
Banzai
head.
is missing.
Oh,
What?
no, that's not the beginning. The beginning is the title.
The
That
title?
hurts my head.
Oh, like how long?
When it pops up and it pops up and it's all that weird like kaleidoscope shit.
Oh,
Yes.
I was into it.
I could see how it would hurt one's head.
I forgot about it. That's how into it I was. But yeah, he's like about to go off on a spaceship. Not a spaceship, but.
No. You got to get
He's
the Star
missing.
Wars stuff first.
Oh my God, they do the Star Wars crawl.
They do the Star Wars.
Do.
do the Star Wars crawl. And the synopsis is it's not really a synopsis. It's like a set
It's a
the
backstory.
stage.
It's a straight up backstory.
It's like such a wild backstory, like in a way, because aren't they talking about like Buckaroo Banzai and his parents, and then he's like missing and aliens are watching him, and it's just like we didn't
It's
need
a
a
whole
Star
bunch
Wars
of
crawl
stuff.
for that. Yeah, I feel like
Yeah.
people just wrote random shit in there.
It's like, okay, so it's clearly this isn't an origin story for Buckaroo Banzai.
Right.
I know.
And you just
Exactly.
told me everything in 2 sentences.
It
Like,
100% feels like a sequel,
yeah,
but
yeah.
there's no first film.
Yeah, this is true.
And it leads you to believe there's going to be more.
Yeah.
There was supposed to be a sequel, but this film flopped, so it got canceled.
Yeah.
Facts. Yeah, he's missing. Like, the Secretary of Defense is freaking the fuck out. Where's Buckaroo Banzai? It seemed like a Saturday morning cartoon from like the 90s. I actually don't know if those still exist. Anyways, yeah. How does his team not just be like, oh, he's in neurosurgery right now?
Right.
Yeah, like what?
Like, how are you not on that email trail?
Yeah.
I know it's non-existent, but how are you
It
not?
feels like they could have called somebody that would know where he was.
Well, yeah,
pretty
Rawhide.
quickly.
Right.
Rawhide knew.
Yeah, Rawhide was definitely the brains of the operation.
He knew. Yeah, like Buckaroo was just doing his shit, and then Rawhide was like, "All right, guys, let's do
He's
this
like
shit."
herding the cats.
Yeah.
That was
Perfect-
Rawhide's main
perfect
job
Tommy.
description.
Reno, Nevada, New Jersey.
Perfect Tommy's outfits. Oh,
They are fucking
They're
amazing.
perfect.
They were perfect. They said that in the movie.
Oh man, they are great.
But yeah. So okay, so the eighth dimension that he goes into. Did you notice how there were aliens in it?
When he went through the mountain,
Yeah,
yeah,
they were
Yeah,
the red
yeah.
aliens.
They were the red
Yes.
ones, yeah.
So the whole idea of this movie is for the red aliens to get their comrades back from jail. So they needed the. Did you not get that, Sam?
holy shit! Are you serious?
Yeah,
When
that's why.
did
yeah,
they
they were
say
locked
that?
up.
Yeah, they were locked up.
He says it at one point.
Are you
Um,
guys sure about that?
Yeah,
Did we watch
Yeah.
the same movie?
I know you
I
and
don't
I did,
think
Sam.
so.
Sam and I did. Tim, he was
Yeah.
watching
No,
Kaleidoscope.
he says that they're yeah, I was. They were trapped or they were
They were-
jailed or whatever. He says something about it.
Yeah,
I just figured he like pissed somebody off when he went through the mountain and the brain was like attached to him, and then like they knew he came into the dimension and that's why they came after him. I did not
They
get
ca-
that actual storyline.
yeah. So when John Warfin first went in, he was still a normal scientist,
Yes, I did catch that.
and they took
And
over his
then-
brains.
yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
I got that.
Yeah, and then he's like, okay, I need to go save all my people. Because he was like the Lord. He was known as Lord John Warfin.
Mm.
Missed that boat.
There's a lot of layers.
There's a
You
lot of
guys
lore.
might
Up.
be like, how did you
Gotta
watch
keep
this
up.
movie
A
and
third
not
time.
know this?
Ah,
And then you'll watch the movie, and all of a sudden, we're just like a band at a concert, and
Dude,
you're like, what the
dude.
fuck is
no
happening?
matter where you go, there you are.
Yeah, and that's
Oh
an
my
actual
God.
line. Like, you're like,
So-
what,
Yeah.
what is happening?
So that line is actually engraved in a plaque on one of the Star Trek ships.
Oh, nice.
Facts.
Hmm.
I don't know which came first though.
I don't know. Didn't we have that as our,
Yeah, the Thunderdome,
yeah,
because it's somebody quotes this movie in the Thunderdome.
yeah.
How random.
So here, yeah, I know, because I was like all about how like that line is from the not Road Warrior. It is Road Warrior,
Mad Max.
Mad Max Thunderdome,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, yeah, it's from that, and then I find out it's from this, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, from this.
So did you guys notice that the rock scene, like where they're all hanging out, was like kind of a darker color than the rest of the film?
The rock scene?
Like the concert scene, rock concert.
It's like darker.
Yeah.
I just figured it was
Yeah.
because it was like darker in the club.
That and the director, the DP, like the director of photography,
Mhm.
was originally for part of the film, same guy who did Blade Runner,
Oh,
and then
Oh.
they
Had a
switched
much
him out,
different
and
look.
they switched it out, and we're like, we want more of a feel of like Indiana Jones.
What? What is
Interesting.
going on?
So the product, so the
What?
whole story about this movie, Gordon's gone
What
on
is
about this.
happening?
You'll see a scene with a watermelon at one point, and they literally
yeah,
put that in. because-
yeah. That's fucking great.
So it gets even better because like it feels so fucking random, right?
Yeah.
why is that watermelon here?
Well,
I'll tell you later.
I'll tell you later. And then they don't. So
No, they don't. I love it.
what happened was they suspected the production company wasn't like paying attention to their film. So they just started adding shit in there, like the watermelon. And I'm pretty sure their weird bubble wrap glasses,
Are iconic.
they are iconic. I think we need to get those going again, guys.
I
Definitely.
agree.
But you think that was part of the like production thing? Like they're
Yeah,
just not
like,
watching.
Are
I
you
really
watching?
love the pettiness involved there. Like these fuckers aren't even paying attention. Let me just
Right.
go off. And then to actually put it that way, that's the final cut. I love it.
It's great.
Yeah.
I will say, I'm going to hop back to
You
earlier
will
part.
say.
Do it.
You will.
In the 1980s and like earlier, but whatever, like the like sci-fi films of the time, they have all these buttons that always blink in movies. and nobody like they're just like smashing buttons constantly, and they're always blinking like crazy. And I'm like, I always wonder if that's real. Like if there's like actually a real life instance of these like crazy amount of buttons going off. Those aren't blinking, Sam. Don't point.
I was pointing at
Soundboard.
our soundboard because there's a lot of fucking buttons on it, and
But
they
they're not
all
blinking.
light
Start
up.
pushing them all.
Yeah, but that's like the cool thing, like the RGB. Have you ever seen a gamer's computer?
Yes,
There's colors everywhere.
that's true.
Yeah, it depends. There's a very 50-50 split on that, in my opinion. Maybe not as much. It's more like, I don't know. But a lot of people are like, RGB is awesome, and then other people are like, no, it's gross.
Yeah,
But I think it might be more popular than what I'm making it sound like, though.
yeah, RGB is probably
Fucking awesome.
I love it.
Let's just put my opinion out there. Who doesn't
Sam loves
have
it.
it? Yeah.
I like RGB, but I also like a clean look. I like
Mhm.
lights. I like
I'm a
being
light
able to
fan.
change it, right? So
We do that behind our TV.
Yeah, I like the
Yeah.
LEDs.
Oh my!
Mhm.
It actually helps your eyes. Fun fact.
But then you get to do fun shit. Like we didn't put it on for this one, but it would be purple. That would be the
Oh, yeah.
color of this movie.
Yeah, and like when you're watching like certain Star Wars movies, you got to put it with red. You know, for like Vader.
It like changes the whole vibe of the movie.
Mhm.
Full vibe. I'm vibing. Okay, so I'm gonna back to the rock scene.
Yes.
What did you guys think of the double saxophone? Did you see it, Tim?
No.
There's a dude that was rocking 2 saxophones.
Do not all rock bands have a guy doing 2 saxophones? Saxophones?
Saxophones? No.
I mean, I feel like
No.
they committed.
They did.
I enjoy it.
Now, were they better saxophone players than the saxophone player from The Lost Boys?
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Nah, Lost Boys has got to take this one. Because he was like, wasn't that the guy that was like, he didn't have a shirt on, but he was in like a pink
I don't remember.
jumpsuit
I
and he was
remember him
ripped as
vaguely.
shit?
He was ripped as shit. Tim, do you remember him?
No.
Is
I'm
that
drawing a blank.
It was the vampire movie at the beginning. But that's irrelevant to this movie.
Yeah.
I was just pulling out random 80s movies.
Mm-hmm. Well, I really enjoy this movie's. I don't know if it's I don't give a fuck attitude. Perhaps that's what it is. Maybe they were just like, I really want to name somebody John Big Booty. But
It's Boog
Yeah.
Booty.
This is one of those movies that very clearly they were set out to have fun with.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like that, and that was like the goal of it, right? Like the actor, it's the movies like there's a lot of bigger name, I guess, not bigger name, but like big actors in this movie.
Mhm.
And what's his face? The tall dude that plays the evil core, right? Or whatever.
Are you talking
The
about
scientist?
John Lithgow?
Yeah, John Lithgow.
Mhm.
Like he's just having fun with that role.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Like watching him do it, like a lot of them are just having fun, except for the guy that plays Banzai. Looks like he's way too serious, and he's not.
He's
enjoying
always
it, but
serious, man. You should see a picture of him
but
now. He still looks serious.
yeah, but I think that's exactly what it is. They just set out to have fun. They're like, let's just do this because it would be funny, or like it'd just be goofy. It's one of those.
Fucking Jeff
my opinion.
Goldblum.
Yeah,
in his
Jeff Goldblum.
goddamn
His
cowboy outfit.
cowboy outfit.
And they call him New Jersey.
Yeah, he really wanted to call him Cowboy. He goes to New Jersey.
I mean, after I saw this movie the first time, I couldn't think of Jeff Goldblum in anything other than this outfit. Like this is
Not even sexy Malcolm.
this is
Ian
peak
Malcolm?
Jeff Goldblum to me.
Uh-huh.
Like I don't know, that cowboy outfit and the way he walks with it, just like it gives me life. I'm like, this is the best thing I've ever
It's
seen.
kind of just Jeff Goldblum's vibes. He just does not give a fuck in general.
I know. So it
No, he
works.
does not.
I don't think he ever has.
Yeah.
And he also is a chaos mathematician
So there you
in
go.
Jurassic Park.
Not this
Whoa.
movie.
Not this
I
film.
haven't seen the new one.
Oh, we did. We enjoyed
I
it.
heard it was a dumpster fire, but anyway,
There is a lot of hate circling it.
I would still watch it. I just haven't yet.
You played Ark. You'll like it.
Oh, okay. That's interesting.
Um,
I like the sound
He's
of
like,
that.
"Shit,
Makes my
let me go to the
imagination
theater
go
now."
nuts. Yeah.
I
See you
know.
later,
Well,
guys.
the
Podcast over.
dinosaur part, you'll be like, oh shit, oh shit.
Yeah.
Anyways, So this movie, Buckaroo Banzai. I meant to talk about John Warfin,
Not John Big Booty.
not John Big Booty. John Warfin. So the way he got his weird accent was he had this. I don't know who he was in response to Lithgow, but which is funny. His name is also John in real life. He had this guy with this heavy Italian accent record all of the lines that he had to do, and then he would repeat the lines trying to imitate this heavy Italian speaking guy, and that would be what was recorded for the film. So this random dude is a dialect coach, listed as his dialect coach
Nice.
for this movie. I don't know.
Wait, the guy that they
this
have,
heavy Italian dude, heavy Italian speaking
yeah,
accent,
because he basically
taught him how to talk like that.
yeah. Wow.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, I mean the whole group. You got Perfect Tommy, Reno Nevada. Reno Nevada seemed normal.
Who the fuck is Reno,
Yeah.
Nevada?
He's the guy that gets hurt. He has the sling.
Okay,
So when
I'm convinced I did not see half this movie
I
yet
am
again.
also convinced that. So when they go to the jail to pick up Penny,
Yes.
New Jersey is out there and being like, "Hey, you
Okay.
must be Reno."
Mhm.
And he's like, "I'm Perfect Tommy. I'm Reno."
I
That's
remember that scene.
That's who Reno is.
Okay.
He's kind of normal. Him and Rawhide.
I remember Rawhide because Rawhide is popular, right? He had a
Yes.
career because he
He
looks
has a-
familiar.
He is.
He has a career. My bad.
He's
If
still
young
alive.
enough.
Yeah.
He's still alive.
Well, you look at Buckaroo Banzai and
He still does
is
stuff
he
too.
really?
He's 75
Yeah.
though.
Has he been in
I've
anything
seen-
else? Okay. Well, I guess we'll get to
Yeah,
He
I've
that.
has
seen
a-
quite a few stuff, but
This is not his biggest film by far. He has
Really?
he has a movie franchise and everything.
Oh, can't wait to find out.
Yeah. Even was reborn later. Night or day.
Wow.
I don't know why I wrote down Buckaroo, give me the formula. Oh, that's right. It was his professor friend. He said, give me the formula. So Buckaroo Banzai licks his hand.
Oh yeah,
yeah, it smacks it on his head.
I almost wrote that down too because I was like, "What the fuck?"
I was like, all right, this guy's got the formula now on his forehead. How does that work?
Osmosis, right? That's how that works.
But wouldn't it be backwards?
No idea. We don't get into that details. We don't ask those sorts of questions in Buckaroo Banzai.
Yeah, what are you, crazy?
Is that a watermelon?
The other thing, I mean, we talked about costuming a little bit, but there's another alien that's always my favorite that I forget about until I see him, and it's the guy that has the hair that's shaped like a hat. Do you guys remember him?
Good guy or bad guy?
He's an alien. He's a
There are good aliens and bad aliens.
oh really?
Yeah.
Fuck. Did we watch the same movie? I ask yet again. I guess he's a good alien. Are the good aliens in the silver?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's a good alien, and he has basically what looks like a straw hat, but it's hair.
Are you talking about Up in Space?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's not connected to his head. It's a vibe.
I thought it was a hat.
I don't know. Is it his hair? Is it a hat? It looks like hair and a hat.
I'm drawing a blank, so
Oh my gosh!
He's
you
in the
gotta see this,
spaceship.
dude. He's amazing looking.
I probably would remember once I saw it, but
Yeah. So in the spaceship, you know how they were in those weird high top seats?
Yes.
Which how the fuck do you
Yeah.
get in that shit? I'm just imagining.
It didn't make any sense. They were so tall.
They were so tall. Anyways, the guy was on the ground talking to them.
Yeah, constantly. That's where he was. Which who are those people? I didn't
Tho-
get that. It was a spaceship.
Okay, you remember Silver Jacket dude's name, right?
John Parker.
John Parker. Those are his bosses.
Oh.
The queen. The queen was the one that was ordering.
There's a queen?
Oh my. Tim, did you know that there was a queen? She sent the message to Buckaroo Banzai, and that's why they had to wear the bubble.
Oh, the hologram lady.
That's the queen.
How do you know she's the queen? Did she say she was the queen?
She's listed as queen.
yes, Sam, that's how he knows
I
he's
was
the
gonna
queen.
say,
It's 'cause he's-
this makes me feel Adam got to do a
Adam's
bunch of
doing
research.
some fucking research on it.
Oh, it's so much more fun that way. Sam thinks she's going
I was
crazy.
lost with you, Sam. I was like, what?
No,
Okay.
so they do have they show her like as the person in charge though.
Tim's just smart enough to not say anything.
I was waiting.
I just out myself. I'm like, I don't fucking know. Yeah, but I mean, props to those bubble wrap glasses yet again.
Yeah, that's how you could tell she was an alien. No, that's how you could watch the hologram.
Yeah.
They had to breathe in some weird gas to know that they were aliens.
What?
Oh my gosh. So when they were on this is not from me reading. When they were on the
No.
bus, Jeff Goldblum starts sucking in a gas.
I did see that.
Turns around and looks at John Parker, and he was like, "Oh," and then he keeps turning around and looking at him because it's the first time he's seeing him as an alien.
Well, I don't think that that's really fair because Jeff Goldblum is like the Legolas of this movie, where
That is
he's
true.
just doing random shit in the background, and it's
Yeah.
really fun to watch. But I don't know that I would trust his reactions to know that that's part of the storyline.
I thought they said something about the vest. Tim, do you know what I'm talking about?
They did when they put them on
Yeah.
because they said they did. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Unless, Tim, you don't remember any vesting.
I'm struggling, to be honest with you.
This movie has a lot going on in it,
Yeah, there's a lot of things that just happen.
and you're like, a lot of this movie makes me feel like I'm supposed to know like the whole story. Like I should already know the story going into it. It's like a video game movie, right? Like where you're already supposed to know the whole idea of it. Or like I guess reading a book before you see a movie. Who does that these days? I don't know. It's just there's parts of it. It's like you have to watch it a second time to actually get it. And I walked out of this movie being like, oh, I get it now. Before I even read about it. The first time though, dude.
Yeah, how lost were you, Tim? I'm
Yeah.
interested.
A lot.
Okay.
It's just what I'm gonna say. There's like obviously the main story you could kind of follow, but there was a lot of shit. Again, they're just having fun. There's just shit happening. You're just like, what?
Yes.
Is Banzai himself? Like, why does everyone know who Banzai is? Why is like,
Right?
why does he have like this? Oh, call the Blue Jackets or whatever. And also now there's like some guy with a helicopter that's helping him, and they're like Boy Scouts. And I don't know.
Dude, yeah,
There's a
that
lot
part
of
was
shit
weird.
just happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, and at one point they like split up in groups, and you put
And they call, yeah.
you put Jeff Goldblum, who clearly doesn't know what he's doing, a child,
Yes.
and then the guy that's leading the group was shot earlier.
Mm-hmm. Yes. That seems like a winning group.
I mean, yeah,
The child was the MVP there
the
for a
child
little
was
bit.
the MVP. That's not a real gun, is it? Oh shit!
Well, I'm glad that Tim was equally lost because I was watching this the second time and I got more of it, but clearly not as much as Adam. And I was
I
like,
had my weird hat
was
on.
I just like not paying attention the first time? But no, I think it's just like a lot going on.
It's a ton of information. They don't. The one critique I would give about like the makeup, I know it's the 80s and the alien makeup. When it gets into a darker scene, you can't really tell the different colors of aliens. Like you can't tell John Parker
Yeah, it's
is a different
difficult.
shade, a different color of alien as the evil aliens.
Yeah, I had no idea.
John Parker's running around though is fucking great.
Does he do something weird?
Did you not, Tim? Did you catch how he runs? He's like
No.
lunging forward with one foot at a time. Is how he runs.
That sounds amazing. I wish I would have caught that.
Yeah, I don't know why.
And he like does some weird shit with his hands. Every time he's on screen, he's always doing something weird with his hands.
Yeah, I
That-
did notice
Yeah,
that.
that I caught.
I thought that was hilarious.
It reminded me of like if the Twilight guy from the Volturi who always had his hands in
Yes.
a triangle was like
Mhm.
like constantly Mr. Burnsing excellenting them. Like that's what it's like, a mishmash of both of them. It's
It's
pretty
perfect.
great.
Yeah. I noticed that in Twilight one time we were watching it, and I was like, that dude has not moved his hands. It's
just a
weird. It's
triangle.
weird.
But John Parker also gets like heckled when he tries to like go onto the bonsai encampment. or Banzai headquarters, whatever you call it.
Oh yeah.
Like, he shows up and somebody's like, nice jacket, bro. And then, what do they say? What's in the big pink box? Like, I'm like, who the fuck is heckling this guy? Because it's not the other guy on this.
Paparazzi.
It's not the guy on the other side. Yeah.
No, it's like just
Random
teenagers
onlookers.
that are just standing outside Banzai's establishment.
Pretty much. They just hang out waiting for a glimpse of Banzai. Also, what is up with Buckaroo's red glasses? He wears them sometimes. He doesn't wear them other times. Is that symbolism? Were they just fucking around?
I just think they were an aesthetic.
They're a look.
Do you wear your glasses all the time?
They were a feel.
They were
They were a feel.
a vibe.
Yes.
Mm.
They had so many outfit changes. I just gotta say that real quick.
Yeah.
Perfect Tommy.
Well, you gotta do it. I mean, I like it that they changed outfits a lot.
Yeah, like
Why wouldn't you?
I know, like the whole point of like we'll go with the Simpsons because that's like that's like the original, right?
Mm.
Superman, he's the original. They all wear the same outfit every day.
Yes.
It's supposed to be so like when you drop into the show, you don't need
Continuity
To,
and
yeah, it's a
whatnot.
continuity thing, and sometimes that gets boring. I like shows that change outfits.
Especially when they're this
It
ridiculous.
depends.
Yeah, I always find it funny. Like in animes, they always like they wear the same outfit the whole time. It's like, doesn't that shit get destroyed? Like you guys blow each other up 9 times out of 10.
Yeah.
No, that's no. That's like Superman. Like his outfit doesn't really get damaged unless like
Oh
his mental
shit!
barrier goes down. You know.
Oh
He's
shit!
the original, like you
He's
said.
like the original.
Yeah.
No
Back to that
wonder
thesis
Homer
point.
Simpson never changes his outfit. Well, I just want you to know I'm going to get a sign that says nobody comes in here secret. All spelled wrong.
Not even close.
Did you catch that? It was great.
Yeah.
Well, we had to
How could you not?
we had
I
to
had looked
rewind
down.
it back because the first time we just saw like the secret was misspelled and we were like, oh man,
Right.
that's like a really like that's a way to totally fuck it up. And then we rewound it and we were like, no, the whole fucking thing
The
is
whole
wrong.
thing. Yep.
Like, it's amazing.
I don't
And then
think,
there's another door that says Pitt.
yeah,
P-I-T-T. Like Brad
Yeah.
Pitt's
Yeah.
in there?
yeah. Brad
Well,
Pitt's
it's
in
the
there.
pit room.
I thought about
'Cause
that
they
too.
say take the one guy to the pit room
Do they really?
Oh.
or the girl. Yeah, they take her. He says take her to the pit, and then when they're running
Oh
around
my
at one
God.
point, it's literally the pit. It just says pit on the door.
Dude, the torture they were doing to Banzai, zapping his nether regions,
Yeah, classic.
and then he has a big bootay because he doesn't know how to turn on a TV.
Mm-hmm.
hmm
Like these people have been around since 1938. It's been almost 50 years. Well, these aliens.
There's a lot going on. Well, and that scene is interesting too because Penny is literally on all the other screens of the TV, but he's pissed
yeah.
at him that she's not, like the one's not on.
Oh, and it's really
What the
funny because
fuck?
it's like the exact same one of it right next to it.
Exactly. And above it and diagonal from it, it's like all the same. Like, it was like, okay, dude. But I was going to say the torture mode for Penny didn't make any sense. Let's put a slug towards you slowly. And what's it going to do? Are you supposed to eat it? Is it going
That
to
Yeah,
was
I'm
bite
not quite
you?
sure what's going on
Like,
there.
what's going on?
Take over your brain, maybe? I don't know.
Maybe.
And why is it gotta be slow? Why don't you just get it over with? Fucking
Yeah.
bad people. don't
I
know.
feel like they just enjoyed the torture process.
Yes, I think so.
And she was knocked out, so like it doesn't fucking matter how slow it moves.
Yeah, whenever it gets there.
Yeah. But Bonza just walks up and throws it.
I know. And then it like squeaks. It like squeaks. It's
I
like,
did not catch that. I like how he walks up to New Jersey and he's like, "Oh, you got a gun on you?" He hands him a 6-shooter. What are you gonna use? Pulls out a second gun.
Yeah.
The fuck. He also has like this armor.
Yeah. And he like wasn't I don't think he was using any of it until that point. Like he's just like holding out on people.
He did that gun spin though.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
He did.
Did you guys like the Secretary of Defense? How he got off the bus and just started yelling at people?
Yeah.
What's your name? John Yaya? John Smallberries?
John Smallberries.
Which was your favorite?
John Big Booty.
John Big Booty?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a tough call. It's probably Butte, yeah.
So one of the names that came up was John Little John. And I don't know why, but I really enjoyed that.
You're like, that one's a good one.
I really wish I had paused it just to read all of the
names.
Johns.
I know, me too. I was like, man, this is some quality shit. Because Smallberry shows up on there.
He does. John Yaya.
Mm-hmm. Well, and did they ever tell you why the president's like in this weird contraption for his back? He's like, oh, your
No.
back hurts or
Yeah, they
whatever. And I
don't.
was like,
Yeah.
what?
It's
They
like
don't.
one of those like not machines, but things that you lay in and then your feet go up, so your back
Mhm.
like stretches your back. It's
Yeah.
like one of those, but he's just parallel. So
I know.
I don't understand.
Yeah, and like Banzai acknowledges it, like, oh, I hope your
Right.
back is feeling better. And I'm like, wait, was that something that I missed earlier? Like,
Just
that's
more
when you
Nope.
feel
random
like
bullshit. Like,
that's when it feels like you're a crazy person when you watch this
Right.
movie.
It really does. So apparently the president's supposed to look like George Orson Welles. Or Orson Welles. Why did I say George? He's supposed to look like
No.
Welles. Orson Welles,
Mm.
The guy that was hypnotized in 1938 to believe saying that aliens were here. Just kidding. But
He
they
just
really
saw the
were.
dimension.
Anyways, he's supposed to look and sound like him. And I was like, I don't actually know what he looks or sounds like.
Yeah, no idea.
I kind of know what he sounds like because they played in other movies.
Mm-hmm.
What a weird time. Could you imagine that? Like being in 1938?
And then people hearing the radio broadcast being like, shit, there's aliens.
Yeah, right? Like you would believe the fucking news. In 1938, you don't really have the internet to be like, are there aliens there?
It's nice to know that we've been worried about the end of the world since 1930 something.
Yeah,
Some things never change.
yeah, some things just don't change.
we are always worried about it.
Shit don't change.
Exactly.
Did you guys like the design of the ships? They were really organic looking. Like they looked like organic matter. And it was very weird.
Yeah, they were like bugs.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like the first one is all, like the big one is all like spiky and weird.
Yeah.
Right? And then
Mhm.
like as you go along, they do look like bugs. That's a good analogy, Tim. Because like, and then at one point when Buckaroo's flying it, it's like very like up, down, left,
Yeah.
right. Like it's just weird.
It's like driving a truck.
Yeah, definitely.
What's a truck?
100% like driving a truck.
Oh, the fucking spinning seat?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, player 2 wants to drive now.
Yeah. Might as well let him.
Here, hold on. Player 2, can you drive? I'm a better shot than you. That's what it felt like. It was like Double
Yeah.
Dash.
Mhm.
Mario Kart Double Dash. There it is. That's where they got the idea from.
Mm-hmm. 100%.
I'm out.
Well, I got some quotes here.
Do it.
Oh, there's got to be plenty.
So many.
Yeah, some good ones that popped out to me. First one here is, "Don't tug on that. You never know what it might be attached to." Do you guys know what that's referring?
Yeah, it was
No.
at the beginning when they were.
When he's doing
Dude.
surgery.
Yeah, and New Jersey's
Like, what?
talking about
Aren't
shit.
you supposed to know what it's attached to?
Yeah, you should know. Oh, it's funny.
Classic.
Yeah, if
Um,
you can sing. I can dance a little.
This one's just more of just funny with how the guy says it because it's so genuine. But he says, "We got his tracks that go right up to a wall of rocks. Holy shit!"
Yeah, I got that one this time around. Because I was like, what the hell? Oh, the delivery is perfect.
I feel like a lot of the deliveries were just like, they were into it.
Definitely.
Like
Yeah,
you were
for
saying,
sure.
Tim.
They're just having fun. And of course, the watermelon. Why is there a watermelon?
Yeah.
This
What
is
was your
classic.
reaction to that? Because I knew about that.
I just chuckled. I figured it was like just a gag sort of thing. Like, why is there a
Okay.
watermelon there? And then you just laugh and move. It's just something to make you be like, yeah, wait, why is there? And then that's it.
Why is there a watermelon there?
Well, at this point in the movie, you've seen so much crazy shit that you're like accepting of it. You're like, why is there a
Yeah.
watermelon? I don't know. We'll just move on from it. Like,
Hopefully they tell me later.
yeah, exactly. They probably won't.
But before we get to the notes, we have to talk about. Well, Tim, do you have more quotes?
Nope, that's it.
Did you watch the credits?
No, I did not.
Did you watch?
Ah, Tim! That is my favorite scene in the movie. And I always think that it's in the regular movie, but you had to wait all the way to the credits to see it. It's
Okay, where's that? Where am I looking here?
It's like just them walking.
They're
Oh, the
literally-
walking? No, I watched the walking.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, that's her
Yeah.
favorite scene.
yeah,
It gets
that's
better.
actually fantastic.
Yeah.
It gets
So good.
better. So they didn't have the song fully done yet.
Okay.
And that so they blasted a song
Oh God.
that had the same beats per minute.
What is it?
Uptown Girl.
Oh my gosh. That gets
So they
so
were
much
blasting
better.
Uptown Girl, and all of them are walking. Rawhide is reborn.
Mm-hmm. That's
Yeah.
confusing.
I think it's just to show all the characters. It's
I
not
know.
necessarily- yeah.
Yeah. So I the first time I watched it, I will say I didn't realize that Penny was his dead wife's twin sister.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I did not catch that. I was like, why do we care about this bitch?
That's true. That's how it feels.
It was very weird how they found her, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Super odd.
Yeah.
But no more notes.
Just that Jeff Goldblum walking in that scene and like as it goes into the credits,
Jeff
like
fucking Goldblum.
it's forever cemented into my brain as like that's iconic film. Like
Right.
that's my favorite thing about this world. That's all.
All right. I'll get to the cast. Buckaroo Banzai is played by Peter Weller. And when I told you he had his own franchise, it's RoboCop. He
Yeah.
is RoboCop.
That
He's
makes
RoboCop.
sense why I didn't know who he was. I have not seen that. I did not know it was a series. I thought there was one.
What?
There's at least 2.
There's 3.
There are 3. There are 4 if you want to count the remake.
Actually, there's the new one. Yeah.
With Carl Urban as RoboCop.
No.
Who plays RoboCop?
No,
Oh, he does
you're
Dread.
thinking
He does Dread. He's Dread. Sorry.
No, they have
sorry.
a guy that looks a lot like him.
Sorry.
They got his twin.
Yeah.
They both kind of have like that visor going on, and they're from the early day. Anyways,
Visor?
Mhm.
like something that blocks their vision.
Mhm.
Not like a visor, like a hat, like a thing. They're also visors has 2 meanings.
Sunglasses.
Yeah. John Warfin is played by John Lithgow. He was in our first episode.
Yes, he was.
Harry and the Hendersons.
I can't believe we haven't had any. Have we had anything since then with him?
Possibly.
I'm
He's in a
we
lot.
have.
He's in a lot.
Yeah.
And then like Penny is Ellen Barkin. She's in The Man from Toronto. That's a new movie on Netflix.
Okay, I was like, I have never heard of that.
Yeah, it's brand new.
I think I've heard of that. Yeah.
And you know how Netflix is. They all of their movies seem to be in like the top 10 most watched films. It's not actually 100% true, but they do always end up there.
Gotta advertise their shit, bro.
I respect it. I respect the
Mhm.
game. New Jersey is played by Jeff Goldblum. He's in
What?
The Fly. He's in Jurassic Park.
Mm-hmm.
He's in The World According to Jeff Goldblum.
I like that Jeff
Mhm.
Goldblum gets more credits just because
I
we
know
like
him.
him.
John Big Boutte is played by Christopher Lloyd,
Yes.
which is really weird because like half his role is in an alien mask.
Yeah, but you can still hear his voice. He's kind of like Christopher Walken in that, like, once you hear his voice, you're like, oh, that's Christopher Lloyd.
Yeah. And he's Back to the Future.
Mm-hmm.
What other movies is he in?
I don't know, but we saw him in something besides this where he was young
Come
as well.
on.
I don't remember.
He dropped a shoe into a pool of acid.
Oh, yeah. Roger Rabbit.
Who Framed Roger Rabbit? That scene apparently scarred lots of children.
Fucking scary.
Are you a Roger Rabbit fan, Tim?
Yeah.
No.
Whoa. My senior quote was from Roger Rabbit.
I forgot about that.
Fucking love Roger Rabbit.
Perfect Tommy. I'm going to keep going.
That's fine.
It's played by Lewis Smith. He's in Wyatt Earp.
Yeah, he didn't look familiar.
He did not. He looks
He
like he's
said,
from
what
Greece.
did you just say?
Wyatt Earp. It's spelled EARP.
It's Wyatt Earp.
Earp. I like Earp.
Wyatt Earp.
Are you sure?
Wyatt
you-
Earp.
Yes. He's very famous.
Wyatt Earp.
Some people even call him Wyatt Earp.
You're like a Nandor.
Wyatt
Jahan.
Jahan.
What did you even say originally?
I said Wyatt Earp. Yerp.
Yerp.
Like, I mean, have you seen Tombstone? I don't remember.
No.
You guys
No.
haven't seen Tombstone. Okay, so he's in Tombstone, but
Okay.
it's based on an actual person. Like, that's a real person. Wyatt Earp.
Wyatt
Yeah,
Earp.
I gathered that when I read his character's
We
name.
in the Earp.
Wyatt Earp. His name is Wyatt Earp. He plays perfect Tommy.
Anyway.
Reno, Nevada is played by Pepe Sylvia.
I was gonna say.
Pepe Serna,
Nice.
which is actually kind of close. He
Mhm.
apparently plays like a side character in a lot of films, but Scarface was a big one.
Mm.
Rawhide is played by Clancy Brown. And he does not live in a pineapple under the sea, but he lives in an anchor.
He's Mr. Krabs.
Yes, he's Mr. Krabs.
Wow.
Yeah, he's also in Shawshank.
Okay, that's what
That's
I know
where
him
your
from.
face. You would know his face from
I
Shawshank.
was like, his face looked familiar, not
yeah,
Mr. Krabs.
Clancy Brown. Yeah, he's been in a few of our episodes.
That's probably why he looked more familiar.
Yeah. So the director of this film is W.D. Richter. So he hasn't directed much, but he also wrote Big Trouble in Little China, which is it's another 80s
Mm-hmm.
cult movie.
It's
I think
popular.
it's an 80s cult movie.
I've definitely heard of it.
The critics gave this film a 67%, audience a 69%. Nice. IMDb with a 6.2 out of 10 and a Googly Oogly score of 81.
Whoa.
They ranked Spree higher than Buckaroo Banzai.
That's kind of crazy.
On some parts, it was like give or take. Google did, but like,
No, I'm saying Google.
oh, okay. Fucking Google people, man.
I know. Sorry. I should have made that clear. Google's ratings don't mean shit. I don't understand that.
They just do not make sense.
They never are in line ever with anything.
It just means 83% would watch it. It's a thumb up, thumb down.
I know.
Same with Rotten Tomatoes, though, so
Yeah.
take it for what you will.
Let's ask Tim if he would flip it on since he's a Buckaroo Banzai virgin until now.
Whoa, dropping
Yeah.
that V name.
Mhm.
I am a vertigo. Oh, let's get a good stretch in again before I. All right.
Crack fingers.
Yeah. Here, wait. Let's see if you can hear it.
Ooh, yeah.
Let's go for the neck. No, I'm just kidding.
Sounds intense,
Yeah.
dude.
There was a lot of fun moments in this film, and it's definitely a pleasure to see when you have these big name actors or whatever that like basically just relax into a role and get to goof off.
Mm-hmm.
It's always a lot of fun to watch because you know they're just having a good time, right? The movie itself is very sporadic.
Definitely.
Even for me, and I was bothered by a lot of stuff, but at the same time I enjoyed a lot of stuff. I think there's a lot more positives to it than negatives, but not even like negatives, just things that I'm like, what, why is that way? Or it's just I was very weirded out by Banzai himself. I don't know, the character was just strange to me, but this definitely came off as like a movie that they were gonna make a bunch of movies about it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And maybe they should have started with an origin. I don't know. Like,
The
because
It's
Banzai
more
verse.
fun this way.
you're not invested. Yeah, you're not invested into these characters. So it's literally like you dropped into a sequel, and there's no like prequel explanation, which is fine. It's whatever. I was surprised to see some people of the Kung Fu Cavaliers or whatever they're called. What are they called?
Hong Kong Cavaliers.
Hong Kong Cavaliers were actually killed.
I know that doesn't happen these days.
Yeah, it was very, different. But I went back and forth a lot on this one, and I think after talking about it, I'm gonna say flip it on
Mm-hmm.
because it's definitely a fun film, and if you go back and think about it, I think that helps a little bit, which is weird to say, but it's definitely a movie out of its era. Like
Mhm.
it dates itself. And I can get past like the technology and stuff, but I think some of it is just like the overall, the sporadicness of it is like, if you compare that to another movie that was basically designed exactly the same in our day and age, it would hit better for us because there's more like, I don't know how to describe what I'm trying to say, but it would just be more relatable, I guess.
Yeah.
In that sense, but. So it kind of dates itself with that, but I still think it's a flip on.
Nice.
Nice. I'd also flip it on. I enjoy. I think now that I know the story, the third time going through,
Whew.
maybe I'll catch even more small details.
Yeah.
It's the ridiculousness of it all. Just like finding out, like you said, like them having fun is great, and just finding out more about it is just a lot of fun. Sam?
Yeah. I'm flipping it on. I'm always here for the Buckaroo Banzai ride. I definitely understood it more, but apparently less at the same time.
Eighth dimension is prison.
Some of it flew over my head, but there were parts that I was like waiting for, right? Like I'm waiting for the walking scene.
The whole movie too.
I love the score for the team, like the techno-y score, like that's 80s, and it's like the best of the 80s. And man, I don't know, the outfits, I just can't not love them. Like it's just, it's fun, but I could see how people would be like, what the fuck is this shit?
Yeah.
At the same time.
Yeah, if you're in a certain mood, it is not gonna fall. Like,
or if you just don't put up with a lot of
shenanigans.
I guess.
Let's call it shenanigans.
Like people, if you like it to wrap itself up in a nice bow and spoon feed it to you, it's not going to do that to you.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
All right, let's spin for next week.
Okay.
All right, Tim, can you hear this?
No.
Oh.
I heard that.
Well, I got double digits. Oh, I got double digits. I'm going to come closer to the mic. You got to get my mic etiquette down.
Yes.
So more short films.
More short films.
And thus ends our Chapter 10 of Separation Theorems in the Plane. We are joining us in Chapter 11, the Seifert Van Kampen Theorem, the sum of Albion groups. This is what I read in school, guys.
Wyatt Earp.
Wyatt Earp.
Weird Arab.
Yeah, that's it.